hope true will be a simulation by this audio, and says it's copyrighted 2008 by WCReplays.com. Resistance is futile.
Hello my friends at WCReplays.com. Thank you very much to Guice for sending in that audio intro for me. If you want to send in an intro, go ahead and PM that to me and I'll get it on my next commentary. Unfortunately, I don't know when that'll be because I'm kind of hit or miss lately with the time I have to spend on commentaries. But I would like to go ahead and get this Average Joe series that I've been promising started. And I say started because I plan on purely doing my next few ACs, or at least for the foreseeable future, on purely member-submitted replays. The replays that members that PM me on the forums want to see an audio commentary. So with that being said, I have 4 replays in this pack, as you probably noticed upon opening the zip file, and we're going to go over them quickly, a lot of them. There's only one that I kind of want to spend a lot of time on, but I wanted to hit on all those 4 replays because that would, I think, zero me out as far as all the replays I got submitted for up until now. So get the first one loaded at the 2-minute mark at the 2x speed, and we'll pause here in a little while, but I'm going to talk for about another minute or two about some other things. But you guys can get that first replay synced up. It's going to be a Night Elf vs. Human on Echo Isles. Real quick replay, we're going to kind of speed through it, and I'm going to go over some basic things. Before we get started with the member-submitted replays for these Average Joe series, it's Average Joe, guys. You're not going to be impressed by their feats of skill or their micromanagement or their careful, economic control. If they're able to, manage their money very good, or, just they make a lot of big mistakes, and I'm not even going to point them out to you. I mean, you got to be blind not to see some of the mistakes that some of these guys make. And I mean, come on, let's face it. A lot of us that are average players, me included, me especially, I make lots of mistakes, lots of huge mistakes. And I watch the replay and I'm like, how did I not spend that 2,000 gold that I had sitting in there? It's just at the time I was so concentrated and focused on accomplishing one task, I wasn't able to do the other thing. So we kind of take for granted being a part of the game for so long that people that are just coming to the game or recently coming back to it still have to practice in getting all the getting back in the swing of things. So again, try not to be too picky or too hard on these guys, and I think there's a lot we can learn from from ourselves. That's why I'm doing this series. So I wanted to give a few shout outs and props to the people who were clicking on my staff plushie. Firstly, thanks to TaintedSun for getting that started in the member chat forums there. It was, it's cool because he's not a part of the staff anymore, but he's still really a part of the site. And he likes to keep all the members involved and try to get the staff and the members involved, and that's really cool of him to be able to do that. So that's really why I'm supporting this whole thing. Normally I wouldn't care to put anything in my signature, but because TaintedSun did this and I feel real strongly about getting the community involved in our staff efforts, I thought that was really neat of him to do. So click on my staff plushie. I have until the day before Valentine's Day, I think, until it hatches, and then we'll see what cool thing it turns into. Props to Guice, who the guy who sent me that intro also clicked on my plushie. NoBigThing, OwnagePanda, and there's a lot of other people because I'm at over 100-something odd clicks, and I swear only maybe 2 of those are my own, one from home and one from work. Although I know Killerfrog was clicking on a lot too, so I clicked on his a bunch. So I don't know, click on whoever you want, doesn't really matter. You can click as many times as you want. Big whoop-de-doo. It's just going to be a cool little thing that's going to last another month maybe, and then we'll all forget about it. Alright, I think that's all the shoutouts I want to do for now. And let's see. I thought that intro was actually surprisingly kind of appropriate because recently I heard that they're going to be doing a new Star Wars movie, so that kind of coincides with the whole BORG thing. I was never a big Star Wars fan, but I did make that recognition there. So, alright, let's go ahead and get this started because this is going to be a long commentary with 4 replays to go in. We're going to unpause here in 5 seconds, so get ready. I'm in the replay 2 minutes at the 2x speed, remember. I'm at the Night Elf's point of view with fog war off if it matters to you. And my audio is off, so it shouldn't bug you too much, but we'll go over a few things as I see them. And I know it's going to be a little tricky, kind of keeping up with all the syncs, but, just kind of stay active at your computer for now, or if you don't care to watch the replay, you can probably get enough of what I'm actually saying to figure out what's going on if you just want to listen to this audio in the background while you do other things. All right, we're going to unpause here. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. Alright, why 2x speed? Because this there's a lot of boring stuff that happens in this replay too, and a lot of stuff that people already kind of know about, so it's not a big deal to slow play it. The guy who sent me this replay is the Night Elf player, and the reason he sent it to me is he wanted to show ways to counter the human fast expansion on Echo Isles. So a fast expansion on this map is very, very common for human players to do. Early game, you saw this human player place a scout tower, fully built scout tower in the Night Elf space, which is kind of a waste of resources there. But maybe he thought that the Demon Hunter would take time to actually kill it and give him more time to creep that first level creep camp. But they were able to, finish it off with no problems really anyway. So after creeping that first camp, this is a very standard way to do this as a human player. Start fast expanding, bring your militia. He's actually bringing a lot of militia to make sure it goes up and build towers and do all these great things. So the Night Elf player instinctively goes right to the shop, and right at the time when it just turns nighttime, the Night Elf player buys a Boots of Speed. And I'm kind of shoutcasting that a little bit, but in case you didn't know that, that's when the time of the shop is that's when you can first buy that during the time. It's very basic knowledge. A lot of people know it, so you're like, oh yeah, Shark, tell us something we don't know. It's a little newbie for that, but anyway, some people don't know that you can buy those boots, and it's a very, very good item to get on heroes like the Demon Hunter, like the Blade Master, heroes that you're going to be doing a lot of hit and run kind of harassment with. Heroes that have to get up in the face of things. So a common way to counter the Boots of Speed is to try to get a Boots of Speed yourself. And I think that the human player actually got that from a drop, because the Night Elf player actually just recently bought that from the shop, so he wasn't able to do that. Anyway, the whole point to countering this is a lot of people will tell you that you can do a good bit of harassment on the human expansion at the early stages when it's going up, which is exactly what's happening right now. But you're usually not going to be able to stop it from going up. So you want to be able to do some damage, kill some peasants, make him work for that expansion a little bit, but don't, lose units over it. Try not to, you really got to watch and micro those hunts back, which he's doing really, really good early game. It's really, really nice. One thing you're already starting to notice if you're watching his economy is his money and his wood. All that stuff is kind of adding up. He's slowly starting to spend it. But the plan here is for him to be going siege later on. He's just now starting to build this Ancient Protector in a really cool location, actually right next to the human expansion over here. And he's going to build a few more of them, but where that's positioned right there is a really good spot, because the human isn't generally going to be running by that way. If he's going towards the human base, he's probably going to head off a little bit more north, or if he's going to creep like he's going right now to creep those Murloc camps, he's going to head south. So it's a good place to start building that without it being seen. I think it's kind of protected there in the fog for a little while. So now he's heading off to the human expansion to try to take it out with his siege. Again, this isn't really going to be something that you're going to be able to accomplish easily. Even with a good bit of siege, he's going to have 2. Eventually he'll have 4. I think at the end he gets 6 glaive throwers. And it's good. I mean, eventually you're going to be able to do it. He's going to end up doing it a few times. But it's kind of a lot. If you're investing a lot in being able to take down that expansion, because if that human player can fortify this expansion, kill off all your units, kill off your siege, you're set very far behind. And unless you were able to delay him a lot and make him spend a lot to keep that expansion up, it's not going to end up working out for you. So what this ends up forcing the Night Elf player to do is make 2 Ancients of War, which he's done, and stay in Tier 1 a lot longer than he normally would if he was up against, say, like an Orc player or maybe an Undead player, where you'd want to fast tech and get to something like your Druids of the Talon or your Bears and Dryads, which is a really common cookie cutter way for Night Elf players to do this. Again, I'm trying to kind of appeal to the lower level players who are just kind of starting. Players who still have a little bit of ways to learn. If you're an advanced player, you're probably not going to learn a lot from my audio commentaries. I'm not a great player myself, and I have to look a lot of this stuff up and take really good notes. So if you're looking for really great tips, listen to a freak audio. So if you can put up with his crazy attitude anyway. I don't know if you guys read the comments from his last audio commentary. I think it was like 497. Just everyone was reaming him. And they just don't. If you don't get Freak's attitude by now and the way that he responds to people and the way just the way he acts, it's nothing new, and you don't need to be. It's just something you come to expect. The point is, he's our most skilled audio commentator, and he's our most veteran audio commentator. He's been here since the beginning. So okay, that was a little bit of a rant on Freak's case, but I just appreciate the man's work, even though I don't necessarily listen to all his audio commentaries or like his attitude sometimes. You put up with it because it's a good attitude and it's part of the entertainment factor. You get Freak. That's what you get from here. Anyway, so back and forth here. He's already was able to cancel that Town Hall once, and it's getting constructed again, being built by a lot of peasants here. But again, he's going to be able to take that down really quick again with just these 4 glaive throws. I think that's a little bit of shoutcasting. That's why I wanted to go through this at this fast speed, because it's pretty much the same thing over and over again. The most interesting thing that I want to make note of here, and I'll make note of it again in another replay that we're going to go over, one of the 2v2s. Actually, I think I'll go over that one next. Is that towers don't give experience when they get the kills. So like if your tower gets the final blow on a unit, you're not going to get the experience on that. So correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm pretty sure it's either no experience or not a lot of experience. So that's kind of the downfall to having a lot of towers. But this human player actually did